Hey, everybody. All right, we're back. Hello, everybody. Get the hair right. Get your act together, Joe. Starting to look older and older, Joe. All right. Thank you, everybody, for your support. You know I appreciate it. Support me any way you can, even if it's a like or a subscribe. We're only two away from 700, so let's get there. Thank you, folks. Uh, Mobtube, once again, Mobtube, Diabolical. So I put in there a thing there. Hey, Mike, I wanted to slice his throat. I put that in there. Bebopping around the club and interactions. And however old I am, 20, 23, whatever my age is, I wasn't running around trying to be a tough guy, street fighter guy in my youth or anything like that. But in my thinking, I just thought, well, I'll fight anybody, even if I get my ass whooped. I don't care. And then when you enter into this other world where you got to watch your mouth, you got to watch what you say, and then you can make mistakes. And of course I did, and it had to get straightened out, blah blah blah. And it's like you got to just submit to that because I was making money and the guys were throwing me tips, and it was nice when that money is in my pocket. But then when I would go home, I would think, I really don't like the way he, might have insulted me, or he might have. I didn't really like the way he disrespect, some kind of disrespect or being a smartass. And so I'd go home and think about it, and then I would start thinking up. I wanna go in and make a statement when they're all playing cards or something, get some kind of foreign object and just bash them in the head. So, which is not going to end up good for me. So I told the boss, Sam, the one time, and, I thought that would make me prove to be, I'm tough and no, I better start getting some respect around this place. So I said, Sam, that'll be all right. When he's like, really? That's my guy. I should smash you right now, Joe, for even talk. That's my guy. You're going to talk like that? And then them guys were a little jealous because they would say, you ain't even supposed to be around the ball. You're not a made guy, whatever rule that is. I didn't get the memo on all the rules. I missed that memo. He calls the office and tells me to run an errand for him. Well, you need a third party intermediary or something to have the right to talk to him. He likes me. Yeah. And it's a different world. But you see, when you look at the mob culture and then the regular culture of society, at least the mob culture had a checks and balances for things. That's for you, Robert B. They had a checks and balances that you screw up a little over here. No. There's rules of conduct. There's social mores and behaviors that you got to adhere to. You could run around being stupid in the streets in regular society, but in this counterculture, you got to and you it's a structured, solid thing. Of course, there were cowboys and people ran around, blah blah blah, and all that. But I had a hard time adapting to that. Like, I'm just used to, if somebody talks some shit, some smack to me, that I'm just gonna say F you. Who do you think, And No. And I think about some of these Rly Poly guys that they run around and they come to the club. Guys out, whether they're cousin or friends with made guys or however they end up there. There's just civilians that come into the club and have fish fry and drinks, and neighborhood guys. And they borrow money. $15, $20, whatever. They borrow money, and then they would stiff. And then the guy would be like, "Oh, let me wait for Aunt Sally's check or whatever," and all this. And so Sam would ask the barmaid, "Oh, did Terry show up?" "No, I haven't seen him in 2 or 3 days." Sam knows that the guy's a bad actor. I said, "How much does he owe?" "Probably like 50 something bucks." To me, Sam ain't too happy about that. Sam could have 10,000 in his pocket. So they see, because the stand-up morals and respect. So there's a local nightclub, and they're there, and this guy who's at the bar getting people to buy him drinks, they says, ask one of these other guys that's got him on the radar, on his radar, and he says, "Well, Jimmy, I need like maybe $20. I want to reciprocate and buy a round or whatever like that." "Yeah, come out back. I got to pick up some money out of my car. Come on back. Get you some money." "Yeah, thank you." Well, he left him near the dumpster when the ambulance came. They found him near the dumpster when the ambulance came. It's a matter of respect. They try to help and help people out, but now they could have done that to some other guy that's not in the mob, and another guy, just a Joe Blow, would have probably, some might, some not, just because it was a mob guy and he whooped them for disrespect. Men fight men in the mob or out of the mob over disrespect or not. It's just human nature. That's all. And Sam was a few times when I was bringing these guys around and making some money, and he'd say, "I know how much you made off of these guys," and whatever you had to do, Joe. And but you got to remember that these are my guys. You got to watch. Somehow you say, "He knew my godfather, assassin in Brooklyn," and he says, "I could give two craps about your godfather." Here's a 70-year-old something guy just saying, "I don't care about him. He can't save you. I'll bash you around this freaking club right now. I'll bounce you all over the walls." So his eyes, his pupils would turn red, like a demonic metamorphosis. And I'd see it. And I'd say, "Wow, Sam, I don't, come on, let's be friends." Because he said he loved me before. "I love you, Joe." I said, "I love you, Sam." And I said, "Wow, your eyes are turning, your pupils are turning red." Like demonic. He said, "Say it again. Say it again." How did a guy like him rise to power? Because he wasn't a pushover. I'll tell you one thing. These old Italian guys that are in their 60s and 70s, they're strong like hickory wood. They're still strong. They're not old men, just soft, weak, mushy old men. Some of them are solid. He said, "I'll smash you all over here, and I could care less what you tell your godfather down in Brooklyn." But it was hard tiptoeing around these two worlds and thinking as I did up to that age. And then you enter in the counterculture, and You got to do it. He says, just make the money. Make whatever you can. Make whatever you can. You know, I've changed my mind a little. If so and so gets drunk and you go and you roll him for a couple hundred, we'll go right ahead. He deserves it. He deserves it. You know, it ain't the flagrant foul that you might think it is, so to speak. Get what you can. In his mind, he knew these guys weren't going to make it anyways. In the boss's mind, he had probably already had it predetermined that these guys weren't going to make it. Their timeline. So then he said, you know, otherwise, if it was any other situation, I wouldn't have made it. There's no, my godfather couldn't save me from that kind of stuff 400 miles away. No. But it's a counterculture and you got to adapt. But them guys would say, you can't talk to the boss. He's the boss. There's some rules. You can't talk to him. Well, he called the office and said, bring him some freaking coffee and donuts. He initiated the transaction. There doesn't need to be any third party. He goes, oh, you can't come back and interact with if a guy's a made guy or not. I work the card games. I talk to you guys all the time. What are you talking about? Crazy thinking. All these rules and justifications, and then there's contradictions. It's just like Mobtube. All these contradictions. And then you could love or hate a person or agree or disagree. But at the end of the day, it's just silly. But I knew I had to, you know, get away from all that. But yeah. Oh, my godfather, an old timer told me that my godfather, diabolical assassin, Machiavellian thinking, he had a ring. I don't know if this old timer was just blowing smoke up my behind, but he was serious. And he said he had this big ring with his initials on it, and it said MC. And he would get these prong and get that little torch thing and heat it up and brand the guy. Brand him. I said, well, where did he brand him? He said he brand him on his right hand, on his hand. So he'd see that all the time. He'd brand him on his hand so he would never forget. I never heard about that one, Billy. And he said, yeah. He said, your godfather was more sadistic than he ever shared with you, Joe. More sadistic. He says, you get up there on that channel over there and you talk. He says, you don't know nothing, Jojo. You don't know anything. You think you know about you. Well, we talked so many times. Well, yeah. Well, you still don't know anything. You don't know anything about the Genovese, the Colombo, Gambino, Lucchese. I don't even know what their game was. Lucchese. I don't even know. I don't know what their game was. I'm not cerebral and all that, keen on all that stuff. But he branded. He said, I know a guy that still got the brand on him. He's like 79 years old or something. He says, there's a guy that's got a scar that says, I said, I got to see it to believe it. I got to make it be a good story on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to say it anyways. So I wouldn't put it past them, though. I wouldn't put it past them because that is nothing compared to some of the torture that I mean, that would be administered to these people. I'm going to administer some torture. So, what else we got here today? What else is going on? I'm 2 subscribers away from 700. Thank you, folks, for hanging in there with me. Um, I'm going to try to get interviews with interesting people and not just mafia stuff, interesting characters, but it's tough to do. It's very tough to do. And talk about different types of interesting topics. Dirty laundry. Well, that's what people want. We want dirty laundry. Kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down. So people like dirty laundry. So let's wash some up. So Philly Bob, Michael, we got the mics. Good morning to these good people that come in here and rock and roll with me. But I would like to get the old timers will never come here and sit down. They will not sit. They laugh. They won't sit down with me. They're stuck in that old world thinking. They laugh at Mike Francis. They laugh. They laugh at guys like that. They respect Sammy the Bull Gravano more than Mike Francis. These 80-year-olds running around, they respect Sammy the Bull Gravano more. Well, that's the way that is. That's the way that is. But they kind of accept it now that I do this and joke around, and the wife watches it. Nice lady. See her at the races. That was a good show, JoJo. Thank you, ma'am. How about a little donation while you're at it? You still got that 1994 money in the freaking basement? How about a little donation to my Cash App, ma'am? Oh, well. It took me 400 videos to start begging. Remember that, folks. But I think maybe after I have 1,000 subscribers, if I get there, or 2,000 subscribers, then maybe I could get like 0.5% of that. I could get donations, but it might take higher numbers of subscribers to start generating active donations if we're going to throw numbers around, which I'm a Rain Man genius on. So I probably have to realize tough road, 2,000 subscribers, and then I could generate a ham sandwich here or there with maybe buying the book. People could or the Cash App or stuff like that. So I'm figuring it all out. We're gonna throw some numbers around and we're gonna see what happens. And those are some ideas I got for doing the show. And I want to do those interviews. I want to do the interviews. And a guy like RJ Roger thinks the right way. I'd probably be more comfortable for anybody to ever interview me, which I'm totally not on board with. But a guy like RJ Roger with Mikey Scars, a guy like that, I might entertain. I might entertain you, RJ, because he's so knowledgeable with the historical and personality and thinker and a nice guy. He would never get up there and try to like backdoor me somehow. None of that. No. Yeah, Mikey Scars and RJ Rogers. Yeah. A guy like that. I had a brain injury and I can't just like have this total recall. I'll get an idea in my head about some things that happened, and then I could think on it, I could meditate on it, and then go, oh yeah, well, now I can remember. But these guys, they just have total recall. Boom, 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 boom. And yeah, I was sharp as hell, like photographic memory in school and in college. And my mind was so keen, but due to age, being 60, and a brain injury where I was supposed to be a vegetable, I can't navigate New York City like Robert B can. when we were down there. Yeah, I can't get this schema of knowledge back in my mind. Crazy. But these guys, and Jeff Nadeau too, they're boom, 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 boom. And I know Gene said something about these guys that just are knowledgeable on the mob world and all that, and they shouldn't be speaking about gangster stuff and all, and it was like, Gene, it's entertainment, and RJ Roger and Jeff Nadeau and all that. Well, they have a right to put their content on there. Some people, some old gangsters might not like it because they think you don't have a right to speak on it. Well, that's for people to decide. Thank you, Philly Bob, who commented. You also do good through some. I got to give these guys an applaud. I got to do it. So that's all right. And like John A. Light, I'd like to interview. See, I'm a frustrated talk show host, like So I know I could be a great interviewer because I speak to you folks about things I felt, the emotional stuff, and all that, where all these big mob channels are just showing you this abstract stuff, but it's not like the intermingling of these interpersonal things and what were you thinking when this happened and that, like John A. Light, well, you're sleeping on a dirt floor in a Brazilian prison, like were you worried about your family? Well, get right in there. Sammy the Bull and Mike Francis, they put that abstract boom mob stuff, and that's the only reference point for most viewers. That's just like most of the information you're getting about the mob or Goodfellas or Soprano and all that. You could only paint a certain picture, and that picture could only take you so far. I would like to be a good interviewer and ask the questions that you good folks. A great interviewer is going to ask the questions that the audience wants to ask and doesn't have the ability to. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Arian Brosman, I say you stick with the solo act and don't entertain other rats, just my opinion. Though Arian Brosman's in the house. The people who live the life have true shows. The other shows are very informative also. It's a buffet out there. Some like vanilla, some like chocolate, some like strawberry, some like swirl. It's a buffet. And I was real critical on people, rat, all that. I got to diversify into different thinking for you folks, different info, different entertainment. And, like, I really don't want to bash Sammy the Bull. I'm not going to bash Gene Barillo. I'm not going to bash Mikey Scars, Mike Francis. Well, I said I wouldn't be bashing gangsters. So if I bashed him, I wouldn't be bashing a gangster because he ain't a gangster. So that squashes that. Well, Joe, you said you weren't going to bash gangsters and you bashed Mike Francis. Listen, Billy, he's not a gangster. Let's hear it from Mike Francis. He's good. He's good. Everybody likes who they like. Don't be a little wimp, Joe, and go, oh, he's lying and they're lying. Everybody's lying. I'm lying. Everybody's lying. If you like me, you like me. If you like me, I could teach you how to bake a cake. Here, a cup of flour, some water, sugar, and you'd watch me if you liked me. That's all I got to go on this channel. That's the only thing I can hang my head on. Well, some people don't like me, but I want the haters and trollers because you ain't doing anything until you get people that disagree with you. That's human nature. Don't hate back. Yeah, Arian Brossman says the thing with Mike F is that he just refuses to own up to ratting. Come on, Mike. You got other things you can promote and lift yourself up on, and you've done real good with 80 million subscribers. It wouldn't even affect your subscribers, Mike. He's got to be that polished guy. He's just got to be that polished guy. Everybody and their brother knows. And with Norby Walters, ladies and gentlemen, and all of that, everything here is allegedly. Disclaimer, I'm lying about everything. So just pick up the entertainment. But let's just guess. Most of these guys, when it comes to ratting, were rats before they were publicized. Now, Mike Francis was already, well, when his father was in prison and they're going up there, federal stuff, there's already federal people in their mix. Rubbing elbows. So you got to take that in consideration. That's why Sammy the Bull Gravano and him had it out on that interview. I got to give Sammy the Bull Gravano respect on that level where he owned up to it. Yeah, well, there's the videos, the congressional minutes and the hearings and all that. Just like Joe Bonanno in the Valachi papers, you know. Mo Alley, Mofo Alley. Mike, now listen. You wouldn't lose one subscriber, Mike, if you admit it. The true reality is stuff. But you just know you rode the wave of YouTube and you got everybody bamboozled because you're a great marketer. You got good money for production and you can do it. You can do it. That's all. You can do it. Mo Alley, I'm sick of all these fake mob stories from other channels. That's why I come here. Oh, thank you, Mo Alley. Thank you. I don't have to be the biggest channel, but I'm waiting for the world to catch up to me. Okay? And my numbers are growing, so the world's catching up. And I love everybody that comes in here and supports me because we all need somebody to boost us up and support. I'm human. I got frustrated. I wanted to quit. No, I need you folks. So I want to build up. So, I might have 600 subscribers, but in my mind, I'm the same guy that could have 100,000 subscribers, but I've only been at it 2 years and it's been a bumpy road. So let's play it out. Let's play it out and see where it goes. Let's see where it goes. And if I get ads, if I could get ads later in the videos and get ads, I won't be begging for any more money or Cash App and all of that kind of stuff because I never begged for nothing in my life. Now I got the Cash App thing in there and all that. I get funny like that. But hey, this is better than Netflix. I'm telling you stuff you ain't even going to see on Netflix, and people subscribe and pay for all that. I'm better than all of them. I'm just waiting for the world to catch up to me. The world's just got to catch up to me. And I talk about psychology. Oh, you guys, you want to see something? I'm very well educated on a lot of things. University, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I was on the dean's list. Papa. Why am I so broke if I was on the dean's list? Why you broke, Joe? Oh, you're on the dean's list. Why you broke? That's what I'm asking myself. But I used to do therapy and my own little show. So I'll show you my card. It was called Diamond Mind. You ready? I'll show you my mind. It says, Diamond Mind Services, General Counseling Services, solutions with a professional and respectful ear. On-demand phone sessions were here for you. Joseph, my boom, 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 because you have something to say. Okay, are you ready? Here's me years ago. Premature gray. Ready? Didn't know that about old True Serum, huh? You didn't know. Psychology, therapy, couples counseling, people struggle. Nice little side hustle. So, if anybody needs therapy, I'm the best. I'm the best at that. You guys are the best. Where am I going with this? I pray that you do get a million. Oh, thank you, Aaron Bruss, man. I'm getting long in the tooth. Well, we're still rock and roll. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. And the mob, they like to laugh. But there was two different worlds. Just me, and then I enter in this other world. Two worlds colliding, but they could never tear us apart. Boom, 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 boom. Remember that one? I'm dating myself. You want to date? I'm immature. I want to be a stand-up comedian. So the worlds collided, and you tiptoe. If I ever was wealthy, my good people in here, these people that visit me every day, if I was ever wealthy, I send plane tickets to get all these people, and we have a big banquet. That's how I am personable, and we can joke around like we do here. I would come search you folks out. Now, if you live in Australia, that might be a big plane ticket, but if I was a millionaire, come on, let's join. And then I could talk on a microphone, and you guys could talk on a microphone. And just have fun and enjoy life. Compassion and laughter and everything else. What is there in life? Oh, excuse me. Yeah. What is there in life? What's the meaning of life? What do we want to do? What do we want from life? What do we want from life? We ain't gonna unpack that right now because I'm already 33 minutes into this video. I'm crazy enough already. But you know how I always say but? Like when I'm doing these shows and then I have a different thought, I always say but. But what do I mean but? There ain't no but. What the hell's wrong with me? Psychologist? I better give myself some therapy. When did it all start, Joe? Well, I was 19 years old and let me stop. So, if you guys got dreams, goals, and everything, fight for it. If it wasn't for you people, I would have stopped this. Yeah. Philly Job, when you get that therapy, get a new battery. Really? Really, Philly? Really? I love the action. We're hooked up with some AC/DC. We're hooked up. So I can't do like a Monday live show and people come in and talk about struggles that they're going through. I would like to, and just try to support people that might, with relationships or bad thinking or addiction or stuff. I would like to, because I enjoyed this. I enjoyed that. I was raised the right way to try to help. I was raised to try to help the underdog. The gangsters needed therapy. That's when I said in the other videos, I was well versed in that kind of stuff. And then they would demand it. No, you better tell me something. Well, you better tell me something. Well, you know the answer already. You know what it is about psychology. I'm rambling on here, folks. This is one dynamic about human behavior, psychology. People would come therapy. Well, Joe, couples, let's say couples, husband and wife, couples. They come to therapy to ask me my thoughts about something pertaining to the relationship. But the crazy thing about it is they already know the answers. They know the answers. So the fact that they are asking me and their thinking is like, well, we could continue acting crazy as long as we're in counseling. It's a free pass. So, so after you're done seeing me, you go back home and you do the same thing. And then 2 weeks later, you come back and you go over the same recycled, regurgitated stuff. Well, I'm here to tell you, Billy and Sally, that you don't need me. Get a divorce or act right. You don't need to pay me for that knowledge. So therapy, it's not like a person that was abused and they're trying to sort things out and things happen earlier in their life and they're trying to process stuff that happened and and move along with it. And it's tough for certain people that have suffered mental abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. It's tough for people to get there. But relationship counseling, we went from diabolical murder to relationship counseling. I don't know, folks. I don't know. What else we got? Where's my producer? Where's my director? Remember Smokey? So 2 subscribers for 700 subscribers, then 1,000. And just hit the like button. That's all. And you know what? I appreciate you folks hitting the like button because my ratio from views to the like button is 10 times higher than Mike Francise's. My ratio, he's got millions of subscribers, but my ratio, if I get, hey, Big J Biz, if I get, say, 100 views, which is huge for me, I could get 12 likes. 12%. But their ratio is 2%, 3%. So, Arian, that's one of the great things about your show is that you don't stick to a script. I fly by the seat of my pants. Sometimes I get a little immature, but hey, I like to have fun. This is a personal channel. That's why if I was a millionaire, I would like to be at a banquet and we could all rock and roll and have fun. Have fun. I don't understand why, well, these other big names, no, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. They got money behind them. They got production. They got video. They got editing. They got graphics. They know they could get it in without all that other stuff. But even if I had that kind of financial support, I would still like to rock and roll with the people and talk to them like this. Why are they so prudy? And I don't even do that, the Patreon with the membership and say, well, listen, Philly Bob or Big J Biz or Arian Bros, man. Well, if you want to hear some of this juice about what happened with me and the boss, well, you're going to have to pay $4.99. I put those memberships on there. And I even if I don't have a lot of money, I was like, that's Bush League. That's Bush League. If you subscribe and hit the like button and hang out with me, that's good enough. Yeah, of course, money comes in handy, but at the end of the day, if that don't happen, it don't happen. So I kind of just had to get away from that. I had to get away from that. So sorry about that. Unedited. It's a bill collector. The water bill is due. I got 2 days. No showering. I can't even, I'm taking 4-minute showers over here, folks. But what I was saying before we were interrupted was that thinking is like they should have more fun with the viewers. They know that it's a no-brainer that they can get it in, and that's how they do it. Because anybody, whether you're in the mob or not, you like to have compassion with your friends, and you like that. Not if you're a gangster or just a civilian or whatever, but you like to have that. It's fun. Well, these tough guys don't want to show it because they just want to put these personas up there like these big tough Guido guys, and that's just the narrative of the mob. No. That shit's 5% of it. There's a lot of fun times. A lot of fun, friendly times. You guys are friendly with me. I love it. It would be like if you guys were made men or whatever. That's all. We're all together. Me and you guys, we're together. We're all in this together. 42 minutes and 46 seconds. If you're not married, find a girl that has lots of money. If you're not married, find a girl that has a lot of money. I'm currently accepting applications. The Marilyn Monroe type. Sophia Loren. I'll settle for a nice, smart co-host. I don't know what I'll settle for, but yeah. I'm taking applications. Let me fix this porcupine hair. Let's fix it. Let's fix this hair. Porcupine. When you get old, it gets brittle. I look like a Mama Luke. I'm aging, man. I'm aging. I'm aging. You guys are young, 20s, 30s, and 40s. Enjoy your life. Because damn it, it just seems like I was 30 years old. Enjoy. Look at this. Wait a minute. Look at this. I'm starting to get pattern baldness now. It's all life. It's all fun. I'm happy I'm alive. Read the book. I've been spared 9 million times. These bill collectors, man. These bill collectors, they're like at my door. Joe, we're the same age at our age. If we find a girl that has all her teeth and a few bumps, we're still ahead of the game. My teeth are brown now. I used to have a nice pair of pearly whites. Now they're brown. Coffee stain. You know what? Then you just say, I don't give a crap anymore. I watch the videos. I watch the damn videos. It's terrible. You just accept it with age. I was getting that stuff to paint on there, blah, 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 whatever. What the hell are you going to do? I don't really think it's that important. If I was 30 years old, I'd be tripping. But, oh well. We all could be the kings and queens. We all could be. We're all different. We're going through different things. We're not cloned robots. We're just everybody's in their own mix and whatever. There's mob stories and all this and that. My point is, I view life differently now since I went down 10 years ago. And I view things now that rock and roll, have fun. Have fun. If you need help, ask somebody. There's no tough guys. What's tough guys? Unless you're a professional fighter, then you're a tough guy. If you're not a boxer or an MMA, you're not a tough guy. For the sake of being a tough guy, oh, Tommy, yeah, the guy came up to me and I beat the crap out of him. Big deal. It's not a tough guy. So, yeah. What, do you get brownie points? Yeah, well, I took 3 guys on and, well, and then what? What do you want from me? You're able to whoop a guy's ass? Well, that's nice. That's nice. But do you have any loving, positive traits to you, Bill? Okay, are there any positive traits that you might be able to display? Like you did a kind-hearted thing for somebody? Or you just want to be a tough guy and put your chest out and walk around? Most of those guys end up getting their faces bashed in anyways at the end of the day. And if you're in the mob and you rock and roll with certain types of attitude and all that, you ain't gonna make it. And the mafia is supposed to be tough guy DNA. So many things are a contradiction. So I guess we're gonna finish it up there. There's the Cash App down there. Shh. The link to the book is down there. Thank you, everybody. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. And whether we get it or not, we're gonna still rock and roll. We're gonna still rock and roll. So that's that. God bless you, Philly Bob. God bless everybody in there. Be the kings and queens of your world. Take control. If you need a promotion, this is what I wanted to say. You're working at a job in whatever level, and you think you're worth more. If you think you're worth more, go to the person that is in higher command and say, you know what, I think I'm worth a little bit more, boom, boom, boom. And they might say, yeah, I agree with you. Get it. You can't be submissive to the world like, oh, geez, I caught a bad break. And, the Boohoo Sonata, Beethoven, Sonata. No. Take the initiative. Get in there. View yourself as the king and queen. That you're worth it and you can do it and you are valued and you should get duly compensated. They might just be waiting for you to ask. Show that strength. See, that could be in the business world. And when you think and you assert yourself, they'll see that's a good trait. If there's a deal going on over here, I know that person will stand up and throw some punches, and we might seal a deal over here with this other company. So the common denominator is no, yeah, the world will beat the crap out of you, but don't be in a submissive, poor me thinking. That's why I never begged on these videos for 400 videos. I know I do a little begging now, ask and you shall receive. So, yeah. Chris Breeder, think I figured out who Tony on this. You watched that video? I don't use last names in there. I don't want to get there. If I get views, I get views. But I talk Mike Francis and Sammy the Bull. That's what the whole world knows. Man, this crew over here, the people, it's not good with, descendants of people and all that. I don't know. So, well, thank you for joining, Chris Breeder. Yeah, there's different factions of people, but that Robert K., that degenerate that robbed his parents and then blew the money on the Super Bowl and then conned Tony M. So that's that. I've covered a lot. I've said too much. So what I was saying was, don't, depression and thinking and that, raise yourself up. Today is today. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow doesn't exist. Today is today. You got a shot. You got a shot at it. Don't be 65 years old going, you know what? I should have done this or I should have did that. I should have done this. At least I did what I wanted to do. And my offspring and everything, I did that. It was a little scary at times, but I wasn't around the mobs so closely like that over a real long period of time. Otherwise, I was living the way I wanted to live. And I don't have any regrets. Even if I'm broke today, I don't have any regrets on all that. The prime time of my life, I did it. I did it my way. I did it my way. That's why raise your thinking up. Don't waste time tripping on stupid stuff. Oh, he said this. She said that. Who cares? Raise yourself up. Because we're all going to be dead someday. So get it in now. Get it in now. Get your head on straight. The world's going to try to bust you up. There's my card for general counseling. Yes, I was a therapist once upon a time. General counseling services, Diamond Mines. I was a therapist once upon a time. Believe that. I tell all these mob stories, blah, 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 blah. I had my own little hustle going. So, that's why I'm throwing this stuff in. It's common sense. You don't have to be schooled at academics and psychology and theorists and all that. It's common sense. Rock and roll. Sometimes you just need somebody to, hey, what am I doing? All right, let me get focused here. Let me get focused. Oh, well, I should have said, no, I did everything. I set up a structure, my family, everything, and that's that. So I'm happy. I'm happy. My daughter's an adult working overseas, and she says, I love you, Daddy. I'm the richest man in the world. I got $1.42 in the bank. I'm the richest man in the world. I put things in perspective. There's my cash app. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So I'm on borrowed time. I came back to life. So you think about things different. I want to have fun, meet new friends like you guys. And I have to do it through telling mob stories. I'm not a tough guy, So now listen. Arian Brosman, man. Holy cow. So, that's what I like. I like. Wherever it goes, it goes. And I don't want to be a beggar and all that. I never begged in all those videos. I wrote a book. It's crickets. There's nothing. I'm a great author, but it's frustrating. But I got to think that the world will catch up to it. So whatever you're thinking, your goal, stay on it. You're just waiting for the world to catch up to it. You're waiting for these bill collectors, man. They're not playing. You're just waiting for the world. You're waiting for your boss, your manager, or anything. You're waiting for the world to catch up. Like I said, Muhammad Ali knew he was the greatest when he was 15. He just had to hang in there and train until he was the greatest. So you got to set that foundation. I have no studio. I have anything like this, but I'm confident, and I'm not a pompo, egotistical guy, but I know I'm the greatest talk show host. With the tools I have, I know I'm the greatest talk show host. I'm just waiting for the world and the numbers to catch up. That's all. Give me and Mike Francis or Sammy the Bull the same tools, I'd have 1 billion subscribers. Give us the same tools. I'd have 1 billion subscribers if we had the same tools. But I don't. But I can't trip on it and go, oh, poor me, poor me. I got to wait for the world to catch up to me. So that's how we're going to think it. That's how we're going to think it. That's how we do it here. Thank you, Big J Biz. I'm talking square biz to you, baby. Square biz. So you get it all here, folks. You get it all here. And I'm just happy to deal with the people that support me. I like it. People are good enough to come out and hang out with me that I haven't seen face to face and pat them on the back. That's good support. That's good support. People don't have to come in here and do all that and all that. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. So, how many times have I ended this show already? 6 times? Well, I gotta go because you hear my phone ringing. It's unedited and everything else. And sometimes I just don't want to say goodbye. Am I that nuts? Am I that nuts? I like to have fun. So thank you, folks. God bless y'all. Just wait for the world to catch up. The world will catch up to you, to what your goals are and everything. Just, the world will catch up. That's why I always say, don't give up. Don't give up. Just hang in there. The world will catch up. Your spouse will catch up to that suggestion. Your manager will catch up to that suggestion. You know? Yeah, we will, Arian. I believe we will meet in person. I believe it, all of it. I just wait for reality to catch up. All right. You know all the links to all the stuff in there and all that. You know, I appreciate that. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. And I'll talk to you again soon. And thank you for your support. Even the like button is good enough for me. I'll take what I could get. So I took what I can get. Boom, boom. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. 10,000 subscribers. You ain't seen nothing yet. Boom, boom. Baby, just hit the subscribe button. You ain't seen nothing yet. Cash app. Cash app. Cash app. Baby, you just ain't seen. You just ain't donated yet. Cash app. Cash app. I need a psychiatrist. There's a guy right here. Oh, that's me. Thank you, folks. God bless y'all. We'll rock and roll again. God bless y'all.